With the return and permanence of Hunter x Hunter on Netflix, a new bond was created between those who already knew the work and those who didn't yet, thus bringing more and more fans into this incredible world of Hunter x Hunter. And with that, we can expect new productions, the return of the anime, new movies. There's no shortage of material for it, including for the upcoming return centered on the Dark Continent. So why not open this saga like they do in Dragon Ball, bringing a movie or a spin-off of the old journeys? It would be epic. Want to understand all this? Then stay tuned and subscribe to the channel, leave your like and turn on the bell. When talking about Hunter x Hunter, we're talking about a work that defies easy definitions. It's an anime that never feared breaking conventions, reinventing its own narrative, and diving deep into dense themes like morality, manipulation, politics, power, and even the weight of existence. Created by Yoshihiro Togashi, the same author of Yu Yu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter is a rare example of a manga that matures over time, following the evolution of its own author and demanding more than simple attention from the reader. It demands involvement. And now, with the return of the series on Netflix, a spark is reignited that could become a creative wildfire, a new beginning for an unfinished, but never forgotten, masterpiece. Hunter x Hunter arrived on Netflix's catalog with the weight of a legend and remains there to this day. It's not just another anime added to the platform. It's the return of a story that, for years, remained on pause, interrupted due to the health issues of its creator, and that now finds in streaming a chance to restart. The impact of this return goes far beyond nostalgia. It represents a sign that the industry is, more than ever, attentive to the public's demand for deep, engaging, and challenging narratives. And few are as impactful as those yet to come in Hunter x Hunter's chronology. Up to where the animation was adapted, we followed Gon Freaks' saga from the Hunter exam to the philosophical conclusion of the election arc, where Killua, after a journey marked by internal conflicts and family dilemmas, frees his sister Aluka, who harbors the enigmatic entity Nanika. Meanwhile, Gon finally meets his father, Jing, not as a hero or savior, but as a flawed and complex man, which gives the end of the animated series a bittersweet and mature tone. But for those who read the manga, it's known that this is just the end of one cycle, and the beginning of something much greater. The Dark Continent arc, which begins in the chapters following the election arc, marks an even more intense tonal shift than any before. It's no longer just about adventures, battles, or treasure hunts. It's about exploring the absolute unknown, a cursed, gigantic land where humanity isn't even welcome, and where the calamities are not just physical, but conceptual. The journey to the Dark Continent isn't just geographical, but existential. It's where the concept of a hunter takes on its most literal and terrifying meaning. This arc begins with the Zoldyck family directly involved, with Beyond Netero, son of the legendary Isaac Netero, leading an expedition to the continent that humanity has been forbidden to visit for centuries. The world government, the V5, is forced to allow the expedition under strict conditions, placing Kurapika and Leorio as representatives of the Hunter Association, now under new leadership. It is here that characters who seemed distant begin to intertwine again in a political plot full of conspiracies, strategies, and extreme risks. Kurapika, in particular, shines as the protagonist of this arc, assuming a central role in the mission to protect Prince Wobble during the violent and intricate succession to the throne of the Kaken Kingdom, a plot worthy of Game of Thrones. It is this dense and multifaceted saga that fans hope to see adapted. And with the arrival and permanence of Hunter x Hunter on Netflix, the possibility of that happening becomes real, maybe even inevitable. Because more than ever, streaming has become the main stage of the new anime era. Works like Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Chainsaw Man achieved global success precisely because they were accessible, dubbed, and massively promoted on platforms like Netflix, Crunchyroll, and Amazon Prime. And if there's a work ready to rise to the top in this new environment, it's Hunter x Hunter. The 2011 anime, produced by Madhouse Studio, is considered by many to be the best adaptation ever made of the series. Unlike the 1999 anime, which covered only up to the beginning of the Greed Island arc and had a darker tone, the 2011 version is more complete, visually modern, and, to some extent, faithful to the manga. However, when it reached the election arc, it stopped. And it stopped not due to lack of interest or audience, but because of a real limitation. Togashi had to interrupt the manga several times due to health problems, which prevented new episodes from being developed. With the manga's return in spaced volumes, and with new chapters recently released, the question that arises is how to adapt this new content to the animated format. And here comes a delicate matter: faithfulness. The Dark Continent arc, and especially the succession war in Kaken, are extremely wordy, with multiple parallel plots, dozens of new characters, Nen systems more complex than ever, and a narrative density that resembles a political novel more than a traditional shonen. Adapting that requires courage, resources, and above all, patience. Netflix has been showing increasing interest in adapting dense works with respect and quality. With partnerships in major productions like One Piece, which had a surprisingly well-received live-action, and the arrival of acclaimed series like Attack on Titan and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it is clear that there is investment in maintaining the integrity of the works. If this same care is applied to Hunter x Hunter, we could see not only a faithful adaptation of a new arc, but perhaps even a complete remake from the beginning, with updated aesthetics, simultaneous global dubbing, and maybe even new iconic soundtracks, like those that immortalize scenes of Gon vs. Patu or Meruem's speech about humanity. And why not dream of movies? With the rise in popularity of cinematic animations like Demon Slayer, Mugen Train, and Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, Hunter x Hunter has more than enough material for feature-length adaptations. A movie about Netero's past, a special about Kurapika's tragic childhood with the Korda, or even a film focused exclusively on the psychological clash between Kurapika and the Princes of Kaken would be easily sold to the global audience. Netflix, in fact, has shown interest in exclusive productions, which would open doors for direct partnerships with the studio responsible for Hunter x Hunter. The success of a potential return will depend, of course, on Togashi's willingness to continue releasing content, even if in an assisted form, with the help of assistants and editorial supervision. In recent years, he has shown a genuine desire to finish the story, and with the right support, this can be achieved consistently. There is a new generation of animators and screenwriters who grew up influenced by Hunter x Hunter. Adapting this new content would be, for many of them, a personal mission. Moreover, the international appeal of the work has never been higher. Social media is flooded with fan art, videos, theories, and tributes to the series, even after years of hiatus. This shows that Hunter x Hunter has not lost its relevance. On the contrary, it has gained a cult status, admired for its complexity and awaited with reverence. And in the world of streaming, this is the perfect combination for explosive success. With the return to Netflix, it is possible that the series will be discovered by a new generation. Young people who never followed the original story will now have easy access to one of the smartest manga ever written. The empathy for Gon, Killua's complexity, Kurapika's drama, and Hisoka's sadistic humor could reach new audiences, while veteran fans can relive memorable moments and prepare for what's still to come. The expectation, therefore, is not just of continuity. It is of rebirth. That Hunter x Hunter is treated with the same care that other major franchises have been receiving. That the Dark Continent arc, with its magical beasts, its deranged princes, its nin beasts, and the promise of world-changing secrets, is adapted with all the weight it deserves. And who knows, that the anime goes even further, exploring future arcs that Togashi may still reveal. There is also the possibility that the return to Netflix will stimulate creative collaborations. In the end, what the return of Hunter x Hunter to Netflix represents is hope. That an unfinished story may have a worthy conclusion. That such striking characters do not remain trapped forever in pages frozen in time. And, above all, that Togashi's legacy, with his creative, restless, and revolutionary mind, can reach new horizons through the fastest-growing medium in the world, streaming. Hunter x Hunter was never just an anime. It was an experience. A dive into what is most human within what is most fantastic. And now, with its return to the global stage, it is time to share this experience with the whole world, the way it deserves to be lived. And why not copy the newest style of Dragon Ball Super, bringing the actual manga story into a movie, emphasizing what has already happened and what is yet to come, leaving everyone wanting more. We have plenty of material for that. All it takes is the will, and it will be greatly welcomed by fans of the work. Are you really prepared for this? I'm very excited with every step the world of Hunter x Hunter is taking, and we, the fans of this masterpiece, truly deserve this progress.